about to say something that's gonna sound kind of crazy, but it's real. Pain that you gotta endure is what really qualifies you. You see, I've been getting messages on TikTok about somebody who's impersonating me and which is cool. That I guess that means that you kind of made it when people are trying to act like you. But here's the difference between someone acting like you and the authentic you. Your pain is what qualifies you. Sometimes God got to take you through some stuff to increase your capacity to be able to take some stuff. So what I've had to endure, there was a point in time to where, even up until now, I found myself struggling asking God, like, God, why me? Like why I got to go through some stuff. But what I'm understanding is that in order for you to grow in certain areas in your life, God got to put you through some mess. And for me, I've had to go through some mess, but me going through the mess is going to help my kids because my kids get to really see me going through some mess and getting through it. So when I sit up here and I tell people all the time, I'm like, man, y'all don't know what I go through. Y'all don't know what I go through on a daily basis. And it's real. But going through all of this stuff has my next book, my next screenplay is about to be some fire. I'm talking about some real, real fire because I'm going to, explain a whole lot. But pain is what qualifies you. You see, a lot of people can try to do what you do. And a lot of times, what they say, imitation is a form of flattery. You can give a person a blueprint, but they still won't be able to build a house like you build because their pain hasn't qualified them for that position. You see, when my grandparents was alive, I did everything for them. There's nobody on this earth that can ever say that I did my grandparents wrong, that I did anything, to them, that I lied on them. Nobody can say that. And if you do say it, you just a liar. But I say that to say, when you're dealing with me, that's what you're going to get because I have exhibited that. And exhibiting that, I had to go through some pain. But now in my everyday life, 2.5 years later, I'm going through some mess. But the pain that I went through back then qualified me and gave me the wherewithal to be able to go through it. You don't believe people will do you the way that they do you until they do you the way that they do you. Like you would hope in this world that how you treat people, they will treat you back. But that's a falsehood because everybody ain't built the same. And I believe that God will put you through there so he can take you through there. And I believe that sometimes, you got to go through some mess and you got to see people for who they really are. A lot of times you be praying for stuff and then it shows up and you be like, nah, 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 not that, not that. Nah, 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 not them. Nah, 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 they wouldn't do that, but they will do that. And it hurts, but you got to go through it. You got to go through it to get to your next level. And for me, a lot of times I feel like I'm a guinea pig because I come on here and these words that I say on here is birthed through pain. It's birthed through pain. And I've spared a lot of people from saying, absolute truths about a lot of situations. But what I start understanding is that if I said how people really did and how people really treat you, I had to ask myself a question. Would I be saying that from a place of hurt? Would I be saying that from a place of pride? And what would I get out of that? So a lot of times I've saved a lot of people by not telling the truth. It's not that I lied, I just don't say nothing. And because of that, I believe it sets the type of atmosphere that people just think that they can play with you. Like people just think that they can just treat you any sort of way and you have to take it because of the type of person that you have exhibited. But I woke up this morning and I just woke up feeling great because normal situations that I probably would have crashed out, it just doesn't really affect me that much no more. Like it just really doesn't affect me that much no more because here's the thing. You got to watch who you mess with. And I'm talking about you got to watch who you mess with that God has his hand on. You see, a lot of people can do you wrong right now, but that stuff got to come back. And I tell people all the time, right, I respected them. I didn't always agree with them, but I respected them in such a way because I really believed that your days would be longer on this earth. And I just loved them. But here's the thing. If I treated people a certain type of way, I always in the back of my mind, I always would think like that would be a bad reflection on them. Like that's just how I lived my life. Like I always kept them in mind. So as they grew older, they got to experience the real love. Now here's the thing. I have kids. And if I ever found myself in a situation, my grandfather was battling dementia and I had to show up for a lot of different situations, which wasn't a problem, like I said, because I loved them. But I have kids now. So what if I find myself in a situation? What if I find myself in a situation that I need help, but I didn't help them? My parents, I don't talk about as much, but I love them. And I'm at the stage in my life right now that if my father called me, or if he texts me this, that, and other, I respond immediately. My mom, she hits me up, I respond immediately because I have kids. And there's going to, if Lord willing, I'm in my 60s or my 70s, I'm going to need them to help me. So how would I think that they're going to help me if they never seen me giving help? And sometimes giving help, you got to go through some pain. I'm telling you, this life ain't easy. This life is not easy. Trying to be right is not easy. And if it was easy, everybody would do it, but everybody ain't built like that. There are some people that would rather take the pictures than to live the life. There's some people that will tell you, oh man, blah, 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 blah. But behind closed doors, they're not really living like that. But then there's some people that face that pain head on because they understand that it will be greater later. So my message in this video today is, if you're going through some stuff right now, understand this, that pain is stretching you for greater later. There's certain people that have not experienced your type of pain. There's self-inflicted pain. There's people that's going through some stuff because that's where they put themselves at. But I'm talking about there's people out there that have experienced pain, going through some pain. And while they're going through some pain, they're going to be lied on, they're going to be talked about, they're going to be mistreated, but they still stay on that straight path. God got something for them later. And the biggest blessing is there's people watching how you do life. You see, if I came on here and I told y'all to respect people, but behind closed doors, I'm just treating, this, that, and the other, I'd be a hypocrite. And I have to pay for that. So just remember that as you go throughout your day. Pain sometimes is stretching you. Pain is building a tolerance. I'm going to get out your space. You can't be praying for more, praying for increase. But at this level right now, you talking about some, oh my gosh, I can't take it anymore. Because with every level of elevation is going to come a different type of mess. So I'm going through some stuff right now, but I'm not complaining because I understand God is just stretching me. And I see the bigger picture. If right now, let's just say my kids came to me with a situation, right? Dad, I don't know what to do, this, that, and other. I can go through my mental Rolodex of my pain and instruct them, not only this is what you should do, but I faced this situation and this is what I did do. And I do you one better. They got to see me do it. So on this Sunday, if you find yourself just sitting here just thinking about the pain, understand your pain qualifies you. I'm able to come on here and speak these words because of my pain. If I never went through something, if I never went through some mess, I don't know how powerful my words would be. So just think about that. Y'all have a blessed day.